So I want to welcome everyone to our second fall webinar series webinar, Video Content 101. South Grenville Digital Main Street is presenting this webinar along with the Town of Prescott. We are the lead partner for South Grenville Digital Main Street with the Township of Edwardsburg Cardinal, Township of Augusta, and the Downtown Prescott BIA. I believe I skipped my name at the start. My name is Justin St. Pierre. I'm the Business Development Officer for the Town of Prescott. And I will be turning over the proceedings now to Elizabeth to take us through Video Content 101.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. So I'm just going to do a quick overview here of some of the topics we're going to cover. So we'll look at creating video content, the types of videos you can share, Instagram Reels, TikTok, some video tips in editing and online growth. I have a couple tutorial videos at the end just to show some of the features I mentioned throughout the webinar. And as Justin mentioned, we do have a question period at the end, so feel free to leave your questions in the chat or at the end if you would like to unmute and ask them live. We don't share them in our recordings that we post online, so you're free to unmute and turn on your camera if you like, or you can leave them in the chat. So just kind of an introduction to video content. Right now it is the key driver for online engagement and viewership. There are new apps for sharing videos online, and the algorithms of a lot of our current apps are pushing video content over photos. It's a great way for viewers to experience your brand or even your physical location virtually, and it's a little bit more personal for viewers as well. Platforms like TikTok have blown up recently, and like I mentioned, the Instagram algorithm is currently pushing video content over photos. And it will also allow viewers to learn more about your business if you're sharing some educational content. So this could be anything from just a little summary of your business, some of the types of services or products that your business offers, and just anything you want to share that's educational for your followers. So creating content, you first want to begin with a plan or a strategy for your video. You want to ask yourself who your target audience is and cater the content to them. And also, what is the purpose of the video? So is it for brand awareness? Are you introducing a brand new product or service? Something that you could do if it's a new product is you could do an unboxing video so people can get a first glance at your new product. We've done a couple of those on the Explore page. Attracting new followers is another option, website visits, or just to increase overall sales. You want to make sure your videos are short and direct. It's important to remember the purpose of the platform that you are sharing your content on. So for TikTok or Instagram, people aren't there to watch a 10-minute video of the story of your business. They're there to digest content very quickly. For example, YouTube, that would be a more long-form content platform. People are there to watch longer, like 10-minute videos or even up to 45-minute videos. So for these platforms, you want to keep them from 10 seconds to 3 minutes. That's how long you can do them. I would recommend doing 10 seconds to 1 minute just so people can consume your content more quickly. Some of the most popular videos on TikTok are 10 seconds long and they get a ton of viewership, and you'll get a lot of engagement from those as well. There was a trend recently where you used a certain sound, and I think it was 7 seconds long, and you put some text on the screen, and people ended up getting so many views from it because you had to continue to rewatch the video over and over to read what was on the screen. The videos should capture the audience's attention very quickly. They should share a message and they should encourage action. So you want to add either a call to action in your video or in the caption. For TikTok videos, I would recommend having that call to action during the video because the captions are very, very small and you do have to click to see more. I think if it's more than like 10 words, you're going to have to click the see more button, and most people aren't going to do that. So I would leave it within the original video. And you want to make sure that this call to action relates to the original purpose of the video. So if it's introducing a new product, maybe you show two different versions of the product and you ask people in the video what one they like better, and then they'll let you know in the comments, and this engagement will boost your video in the algorithm. If you have a more complex topic, so maybe it's educational content, maybe it's a lot of people do like renovation series. If you're renovating your storefront, you can create a series for this and it can have multiple parts. You just want to make sure that on the cover of the video, you're putting a title or a text box that shows which part it is, just so it's easier for your followers to find the next one. If you have audio in your video, so if it's a video of you talking to the camera, it is really, really important to add subtitles. You can do this a couple of different ways. So you can use the subtitle effect either on TikTok or Instagram, and it's going to auto-generate subtitles for you, or you can add them in manually. Adding them in manually is going to be quite a bit more difficult because you're going to have to sync it exactly up to what you're saying, which can be a little bit challenging, whereas with the auto ones, it'll do it for you. And you can go through and edit because sometimes it'll pick up words you say as something else and you can edit that. Although sometimes when you leave the mistakes in there, those videos will blow up because people find them funny. TikTok is a very casual platform, so that could be an option as well. But more importantly, it removes barriers and it makes your content accessible to everyone, everywhere. And you can also use this feature on your Instagram or Facebook stories. So if you're doing a story on Instagram and you're talking about, a new product in store or something, you can add these auto-generated subtitles as well, and you can do them manually. Something that we always talk about when we talk about creating content here is having good lighting. This is so important. It will make your content appear better quality. It'll be more visually appealing. But it is important to keep in mind your lighting should align with your brand as well. So it can be, bright and clean. Maybe you have a white background with some plants, or it could be moody and dark. So maybe it's a cozy living room with warm lighting and lamps. You just want to make sure it's going to align with your brand. Using a clean background is very important because it's going to draw focus to the main event and the main point that you're hoping to share. So like I mentioned before, with maybe showcasing a new product, it's good to have a nice plain white background so the main focus is on the product itself. But overall, your content should be entertaining, informative, and visually appealing. So these are the three pillars that we're going to look at. And when you are creating these videos, you want to ask yourself if you're hitting all three of these targets. Moving on to types of content. So this is kind of a mix of different types of videos you can do just to kind of get you in a brainstorming space. So there can be educational videos. This is something we share on the South Grenville DSS page. We'll do tutorials. We'll take clips from webinars. You can do scripted videos. You can do some funny ones if you like. Behind the scenes are really popular. People they like to see the process of your brand. Always hop on trends. They will really help you grow online. You can make aesthetic videos. You can do a product demo, a Q&A so people can learn more about you as the business owner. Day in the life videos or vlogs and routines have become really popular lately, and people just like to kind of see a glimpse into the day in the life of a business owner. And event recap videos are also really good. This is something that is shared a lot on the Explore page, and I do have a couple of examples at the end as well. The hardest part with doing an event video is that you have to remember to film your content throughout the event when you're really busy. Sometimes it's hard to remember to do that, so I try to set some reminders in my phone to make sure I'm getting some good content, but people do like to see those a lot, especially if they attended the event. They kind of feel almost a part of it. Moving on to Instagram Reels. So you can create and post and edit a reel all under the Create tab. You're going to go to the Reels section on Instagram. You'll hit the plus, and that's where you can find all of these things. They should be filmed vertically. You can upload horizontal videos, but when you're scrolling through the Reels tab, it looks very similar to TikTok, and it's full screen on your phone. And they can be 10 seconds to 90 seconds. So they are shorter than TikTok, but I think that's a good range to keep it in. 10 seconds to a minute and a half is fine. When you are recording your reel, you can record it directly in the app. I personally prefer to film just in my camera roll and then upload it so I can edit it either in the app or use an external app to edit. It can be very effective to film in the app. I just worry if you accidentally, you could lose all of your content if you hit the wrong button and then you have to refilm. So I like to have it in my camera roll so it's just there and it's safe because filming video content does take time. Once you have everything edited, you're going to create the cover. So you can either choose a clip from the video or you can upload an image from your camera roll as well. And it'll give you an option to adjust how the cover is going to look in your grid on Instagram. So your grid is when you look at your profile and you have all of your boxes of all of your posts. Since the video is filmed vertically, that whole screen is not going to fit in that little square. So you can adjust it just to make sure things aren't cut off when people are looking at your profile. So the Instagram algorithm, I touched on this a bit, but Reels are currently favored by the algorithm. It's going to be pushed a lot farther than photo content. It'll reach audiences that don't follow you, so that this is going to really increase your exposure on the app. And the Explore tab on Instagram, so where that little magnifying glass is, that's your Explore feed. And if you take a look at it, you're going to see a lot more videos than you will photos or graphics. And the views on Reels are way higher than photo content. I know looking at our analytics, I see that our Reels get twice the amount of views versus our photos. So moving on to TikTok. So TikTok is known for growth and just kind of going viral in a minute. Typically creative, kind of silly or aesthetic videos tend to be the ones that blow up. It is really important to go into the app with the right mindset. So if you go into the app thinking like, oh, I'm going to make one video and I'm going to blow up and have hundreds of thousands of followers, that's probably not the best way to go into it. I think trying to achieve some sustainable growth over time is the best way. And there is a learning curve. It is difficult to learn to make video content, but once you get it down, you'll really see that growth over time. Again, videos can range from 10 seconds to 3 minutes, but it is best to keep them a little bit shorter because it is a very short form content app. Creating your page is very similar to any other social media app that we've covered. So you'll create a username and a password. One thing I recommend is to try to keep your username consistent across all of your platforms. This is really going to help with keeping your brand consistent online, which is something we talked about in our online presence webinar. It's also going to be easier for people to find you, and it's easier for you as a business owner as well because you can just put the same @ on your business card and people will know it's for all of your social media, and it just makes everyone's life easier. So for example, ours is at South Grenville DSS on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So we've been able to keep it consistent. Obviously, if the name is taken on the app, you can change it a little bit, but try to keep your brand name consistent. You can customize your profile as well. Same with, Instagram or Facebook, you're going to add a profile picture, you're going to add your business name, and you're going to include a short bio. I recommend adding maybe a sentence or so about your business, and then if you want to add a little bit about yourself as well, that's great too. Then you're going to enter your interests. So the way that TikTok works is you have two different feeds. You have your For You page and you have your following page. So your following page obviously is full of the videos from the people that you personally follow. Your For You page is specifically catered to your interests, and with what you interact with. So when you are putting your interests in, you want to put in your target market because they're going to connect you with those people. So you're going to see their videos and they're going to see yours. If you find, if you come up with a different interest that you wish you would have added, you can find some of those videos on TikTok, like a bunch of them, and it's going to be on your For You page. It's crazy how fast it works. I like one video one night, and then the next morning my page is full of all the same similar content. So this is just kind of a visual on what it will look like when you're creating your account. So you can either use your email, you can use your Facebook as well. I typically always use email. I just find it easier. But it's very simple to sign up, kind of similar to Instagram if you've done that before. You want to make sure you're linking your social media. So like we talked about in the online presence webinar, it's called backlinking. So having this will really help your online presence. So you want to add your Instagram if you have a YouTube account or Facebook page, and it'll direct followers to those pages as well when they click on your profile. It's actually very easy. It just shows a little image of the app. So ours, we have our YouTube and Instagram linked, and it just shows the little YouTube icon. You click on it and it'll take you right to our channel. You can link your website as well. In order to link a website, you have to be registered as a business account. So just keep that in mind. If you are looking and you don't see a spot to put in your website, it's probably because you created a personal account and not a business one. Okay, so now that your account is set up and you're kind of getting started on the app, one piece of advice I always give is that you have to spend time on the app before you start creating content on the app. You need to learn what it's all about. You're going to learn the trends. You're going to see the types of content people are making, what's really popular. You'll see different editing styles that you can take inspiration from. All of these things are going to be really important before you start creating your videos. So even just 30 minutes for a couple days, and you can really understand the purpose of the app. You'll want to follow like-minded creators, and you can also follow hashtags as well. One interesting thing about TikTok is they've done a really, really great job at creating these little communities on the app. So they have all of these different hashtags for different interests. So I put some below. For example, book talk is something that became really popular. So people share their favorite books, book reviews, whatever they want. And Indigo did a really good job of kind of picking up on this, and they have a whole section in their store catered to hashtag book talk. And they have all of the popular books that people are talking about under the hashtag on the table there. And there's other options too. You can do like plant talk, or clean talk is something that has really popped off. And you can use this if it's relative to the video. So if you're doing a video of you organizing your workspace at home for your business, you could use the hashtag clean talk for that, and it's going to get pushed to people who are interested in those types of videos. So growing on TikTok, you really need to take advantage of trends. And I cannot stress this enough, but it has to be really quick because TikTok trends cycle like no other app I've ever seen. It can be my entire For You page will be a certain sound or trend for a week, and then all of a sudden it's gone and we're on to the next one. So you really have to kind of hop onto it quickly. You can also use trending hashtags. As soon as you click the hashtag button, some will pop up. If there is a trending hashtag at the time, sometimes they go through spurts with none. But especially around Christmas, there's a lot like the Spotify Wrapped, and a lot of people just use these in general just to get some generic growth, which is still fine, but it is good to add some of those niche hashtags in there as well to make sure you're still hitting that target market. You can use trending sounds as well. So any songs that are really popular, you can use those. You can see when you're clicking on the sound, it'll show how many videos exist under the sound. Some of them are millions, some of them are a couple 100,000, some are 10,000. Generally, if it's 10,000 or above, it's a pretty popular sound and you will see some growth out of that. And same for hashtags, you can see the viewership under the hashtag. So some very generic ones like For You page has millions of views on that hashtag. So if you're looking for general growth, you can use these trending ones. You can use hashtag FYP or hashtag For You page, and that's going to push you to people's For You page. So that means that they're not following you. Use a niche hashtag relative to the video. So maybe you're going to use hashtag boutique or fashion or vlog, whatever is relative to the content that you're making. And like I said, you can see how many views it has. So if hashtag boutique life has more views than hashtag boutique, I would use the boutique life one that has more. And again, use those community ones and always try to use popular ones as well. You can add text to your videos to increase your views. So like I mentioned before, those 7-second videos that really went crazy, it was because people were trying to read the screen and they just kept rewatching it over and over, and that's going to increase your views. And the more views and engagement you have, the more they're going to push your video. Replying to comments is important on any platform. It's really good to engage with your followers or just anybody interacting with your posts, because the more engagement you have, the more your video is going to get pushed. So the more people are commenting or liking or sharing with their friends or saving, that's going to push it even more and you're going to get more views. You can also respond to comments with a video response. This is a really cool feature. It's something that I've used on the DSS page, and this will really, really increase your viewership because so the person that made the comment is going to get notified that you responded to it with a video, so they're going to view it. But since those other people interacted with the original video, the response is also going to get pushed to their page as well. You can encourage comments by adding a call to action. Make sure it's relative to your strategy. You can ask for opinions. This is a really popular one. So if you're showing a couple new products, maybe show 2 of them and ask people which one they like better, or people will show a video of them decorating a space and they'll ask like, which paint color should I use? And those videos really blow up because everyone's engaging on it and they're commenting. Like I mentioned, you can add a trending sound to any video. If you're doing an audio video and you're talking to the camera, you can still use the sound and you can set it at volume 1 or 0 if you want. And just by having that sound attached to the video, it's really going to push you into people's For You page. Perfecting your profile. So adding how-to videos and educational topics relative to your business are really going to add some value to your profile. Like I mentioned, make sure you have links to any external social accounts or websites that you have. You can pin important or popular videos to the top. So a lot of people, their most popular video is pinned to their profile. We've done that on the DSS page. Or if you have like just a general about video explaining about your business, that's something you could pin to the top as well, almost like an extension of your bio. And creating a hashtag specific to your business is something that I like to do as well. So we use hashtag South Grenville DSS for ours, and we just add them in to all of our videos. And if people really like us, they can follow us and our hashtag as well. So here's an example of our profile. So here you can see my pinned video at the top. It was a how-to video on how to set up your Square terminal. It got a lot of good engagement, and you can see here is the video reply to people's questions, these 2 videos. We have our social link there as well. The other ones typically show up in the arrow if you have more than one, and our short bio as well. So moving on to the do's and don'ts of video content. So we'll start with what you should do, and it's create, like I said, our 3 pillars: entertaining, educational, and visually appealing content. You want to use your trending sounds and hashtags. You want to take advantage of the trends. film your videos vertically, add some music to your videos, add subtitles, and join an online community through these very specific hashtags. So this can kind of be a checklist when you first start making your videos, and just make sure you're hitting all of these targets, because this is what's going to help you grow. Some things that you should kind of stay away from. You don't want to make every video a sales pitch. We've talked about this in our Instagram and Facebook webinars as well. You want to create fun and engaging content because people are following your business because they like your business. And most of the time they do know a lot of the stuff that you have in store, the services you offer. It is good to share, some of your promotions as well, but you want to create some entertaining content to go along with that. You want to make sure you're sticking to your branding. I wouldn't recommend posting videos without captions, hashtags, or sound. You're just not going to see the growth from them, and you put so much effort into these videos, you really want it to pay off. Don't film it horizontally because it's not going to be full screen and you're going to have those black bars at the top. And make sure you are interacting with the app outside of creating. So follow other people, like other people's videos, comment on videos, especially really popular ones. People are going to like your comment and they're going to view your profile from that. So just make sure you're interacting with the app and with the other creators on it as well. Moving on to editing. So editing can happen either within the app you're using, so Instagram or TikTok, or you can use an external app. My personal preference is to use an external app. I'll talk about the one that I use in the next slide. But for the process, you just upload all of your videos into the editing software, or if you're filming in the app, you don't have to do that step. You can utilize templates on Reels. I'll show a couple examples of those. Or on TikTok, when you choose the music you want to use, it will auto sync it for you. So it'll shorten the clip to 0.2 seconds or 1 second, etc. And you can click on that clip and it'll allow you to slide, and you can slide to the best part of that clip. I did that for a very long time until I got comfortable with editing, and then I moved to external apps where I can kind of create my own templates. But I think using the sound sync option on TikTok is a really, really great start for editing. Make sure you're cutting out any awkward transitions. So if you're like setting up the camera or hitting stop, you want to cut those out just so it looks nice and clean. It's best to use short clips. So if you have a clip that's 30 seconds long, you can cut that into multiple different clips. I typically do either 0.5 to 2 seconds for each clip, unless it's an audio video where I'm talking, then it's going to be a lot longer. But if it's like an unboxing video or something, each clip is very, very short. And then when you get really far into creating video content, you can add in some really cool transitions in the camera. So if the product's there and it just looks like stuff is popping in and around it, those are very cool, but they are difficult to create. And if it does include audio, you want to make sure you're making your edits according to the audio. You don't want to cut yourself off mid-sentence or mid-word, and you want to cut out any of those awkward pauses. So editing apps, you can use TikTok, like I mentioned. You can edit in Instagram. My personal favorite is CapCut. I find it very easy to use. It's almost identical to TikTok. The way that you can edit is just a little bit easier, I find, if you're not using the sound sync option. But it's a free app. It's very user-friendly, and if you are looking for more support on editing your videos, we do offer free digital service. So my email will be on the screen at the end. You can send me a message and we can do a one-on-one tutorial on editing your videos. So moving on to the how-to section. So I'm just going to show a couple visual aids for some of the things that we talked about. So customizing your page, you can see we have our name, our username, that's our link that we can add, and then here is our bio. And then at the bottom there, you can see where our links are. Pinned videos, I showed this one a little bit, but it's right at the top of our profile, and everyone is able to see it very quickly. Responding to comments. So you can just click this reply button here and you can type out your reply. We did a video reply, so when you click that reply button, it will either ask you if you want to type it out or if you want to do a video response. So this is a little example of how you can do that. So this is first here. So you see their comment at the top there, and this would be us recording our response. You click the check mark, it's showing you a preview of it. You can add text, whichever you like. And then you can add your caption in there as well. If you click on the video itself where it says select cover, you can choose what part of the video you want to be the cover and add your hashtags in. It shows the ones you use all the time right away. And then you hit post and you're good to go. So this is what it shows up like in the feed. So you can see their comment at the top, and this is actually linked. So if you are watching this video and you click on that comment, it's going to take you to our original video. So everything is kind of connected. This is an example of Reels templates. So you can see at the bottom there, it says Reel or template. You just click on template. There are so many different options you can choose. I think I clicked on this one here in the recording. And you can see it's already cut up for you into timestamps, and you just replace the clips with your own content and it's done. So this is a really great place to start as well, just to make the editing process a little bit easier. This one uses photos a little bit too. I wouldn't recommend adding photos until you are a little bit farther into the editing process, because it is very difficult to edit the video with photo content. So it doesn't look like a slideshow, because you want it to really look like a video. You want them to be like 0.1 seconds long, so it just flashes through. The creator portal is another really awesome resource. So you can see here on the side, this is full of tips and tricks for TikTok. It's really great for learning on anything. They have a ton of different options in there. So you just go to your profile, you click on resources, and you can end up in the creator portal. It's right here. You can also promote videos as well and check your analytics. So these are some examples of some videos. So this is our new product video. It's very clean background, short clips. This one is an event recap. So you can see they're very short clips in there. So I like to keep them, again, around 0.3, 0.5 seconds up to about 2 seconds. So this is just another example of a video as well. And this one is an unboxing video. Unboxing videos are actually quite popular on TikTok. People like to see it. Just keep a plain background, use a fun sound. You can add text to your videos, and you can use the text to speech effect as well. So it'll just be an auto-generated voice that will read out your captions. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to either unmute and ask them, or you can put them in the chat as well. And I have my contact information here on the screen. So if you're looking for a little bit more support on video content or any digital service, we're more than happy to help. So please reach out. And I have our social media handle there as well.
Thank everyone for coming to our second fall webinar. We will have a series that we'll be announcing for the winter season as well. So thank you again for joining today. And as I mentioned, everyone will receive a video copy of the webinar up to the question and answer session, as well as a link to where all our previous webinars live online. So thank you for coming, and I hope to see everyone again in the new year. Thanks.
Thank you.